Road Trip America has zigzagged across the US from the Catskills to California's canyons, from Tennessee's mythical dragon to Utah's extraterrestrial landscapes. But today is a kind of origin story. We're in Oregon on Highway 30, which includes the stunning historic Columbia River Highway, America's first ever planned scenic roadway. The project began in late 1913 and the first section opened in October 1914. Around the same time across the Atlantic, two gentlemen named Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford established a new motor company called Aston Martin. Well, over a century later, it seemed fitting to bring these two icons together, plus a drag strip because, well, USA. Well, I don't need much of an excuse to try and drive an Aston Martin Vanquish again, because I've driven the coupe version of this a few times and absolutely adored it. But we have got a fantastic excuse, because Highway 30, as well as the history, it's absolutely beautiful. So the Columbia River Highway has joined up into this larger Highway 30 that goes on for 470 miles, I think. But we're on that original section, and I think we timed it perfectly because all the colours in the trees are changing. The weather is beautiful but not too hot. It's like so absurdly idyllic and gorgeous that we really have stumbled upon a pretty perfect car and road combination. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good day. The story of the Columbia River Highway is extraordinary and includes a trip to the inaugural International Road Congress in Paris in 1908, inspiration taken from the spectacular Axenstrasse mountain pass in Switzerland, and a stated aim to, and I quote, make this highway a great scenic boulevard surpassing all other highways of the world. I guess the new Vanquish Volante has big ambitions too, namely to create the world's best Super GT. It has a 5.2 litre twin turbocharged V12 with 823 horsepower and a level of chassis sophistication thanks to Bilstein DTX dampers, an 8-speed transaxle incorporating EDIF, plus all sorts of other good stuff that makes it the best Aston Martin Grand Tourer ever. It costs, as tested, $604,400, which is a lot. But Aston don't have access to free prison labour, unlike the construction of this remarkable road. We start on the Rowena Loops, which climb to the Rowena Crest viewpoint. So first impressions of the road, well, the only slight mismatch between the car and Highway 30 is that it is quite a narrow road. It's still 2 lanes, got solid yellow line running all the way up, but it's quite narrow, and as it climbs, it's the closest thing I think in the States that I've driven to a sort of alpine Alps type pass. Surface is still super smooth and it's wider than a lot of the alpine roads, but it's got that similar character, and it means actually a couple of things. Firstly, it's just a huge amount of fun, not as a passenger, maybe don't do that, but also it means you don't have to drive that fast in order to have a really good time. And obviously just taking in the views is part of that. But even if you want to just drive it for fun, you don't have to be doing a million miles an hour. Although driving a Vanquish slowly is a challenge, and it is such an event to drive in. I really like this car. And a bit like the road, Aston can be enjoyed two ways. Slowly, just taking in the sights, the sounds, just how exquisite this thing is. But then you can get stuck in and discover a world of excitement and insanity that doesn't, I don't know, it's so unexpected in some ways in a car that looks so sophisticated, but it's just out of its mind, this car. So it's love already, but Oregon car culture is worth exploring too because it's, well, different and fascinating. Just one example is IPD, who have been tuning, racing and fettling Volvos since 1963. We just had to see what they're all about and met President Chris Delano.
Yeah, this car's had every part we've ever developed tested on it. That's why we bought it. This is a real road warrior. I always used to buy brand new cars. Like back in 2004, I bought an R. We did a 3076, big turbo kit, stage 3, suspension, everything, and it was silent for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then after about 10 years, people saw those articles that we had at Sport Compact Car and European Car and all these magazines. They're like, we want those parts. And I'm like, yeah, but we did it 10 years ago. Nobody did anything. Now they want it. Yeah.
And so the customers, are they like, they're just Volvo people?
You'll get those quirky college professor guys in the 240s with the sheepskin still maintaining them. And then you'll get the guys that are the enthusiasts, or the 240 guys, which are more hipster, full crowd. They're really big enthusiasts doing stuff that you would never think of, and we're kind of perceived as the man by them. So when they need stuff, they'll come to us, but they're the ones that are really wanting to modify and figure everything out on their own and do their own engine management. Where we appeal to the masses, if you want something to work and be normal, OEM,
plug and play,
plug and play, it works.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. So how does a V70R with IPD's performance catalogue thrown at it stack up? This thing has their lowering springs, adjustable toe links and anti-roll bars, new control arms, 19-inch wheels, plus their 4T4 ball-bearing turbocharger and more besides. It makes around 400 horsepower.
I was born and raised here in Troutdale, Oregon, right on the edge of these highways, on the old historic highway. So this was my backyard playing, you know, when I turned 16 and driving Volvos, coming out here, working at IPD. We lived out here testing all of our cars. One, it's a great backdrop for marketing and photo shoots. Woo! Man. Yeah, I absolutely enjoyed being a kid, taking advantage of these roads as much as I could. I don't think I appreciated them as much as you are right now, but oh my goodness, what it's like to be a passenger in your own car. Woo. That's 5-cylinder, man.
It does sound good. Yeah, it's a lovely, distinct engine. Yeah, this thing's wicked fun.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
IPD's V70R is a lot of fun and massively enhances the curio appeal of this very Swedish cult car. But now we're heading further west towards Vista House at Crown Point, and the Vanquish is in its element. And there's just enough straight to unleash the car. And gosh, it sounds good. And it's ferociously quick. But then there's real proper turns where you can load the car. And what I like is there's these short, sharp sequences. So it's not just endless third gear long turns. You have to really read the road, be ready for whatever it's got to throw at you. But the Vanquish really is, for such a big heavy car, fantastic front end here, lovely balance, and the adjustable traction control is fantastic. I've got it set to its most lenient setting, and it just helps you trim the excesses but allows the car to express itself. I mean, it's just spectacular. So fast, so angry, which surprises me. I thought that would be too much, but it feels perfectly judged on this bit of road. This is a mega bit of road. It's a bit narrow. There's a good chance you're going to hit some traffic, but if you get it right early in the morning or maybe late in the evening, this is fun. And it's fun because it's the opposite of some of the other American roads we've been on. It doesn't feel vast and expansive. It feels like it's picking its way through the scenery, finding a channel through this incredible terrain. I am pretty clearly a happy boy, but with the sun setting, it's time to divert from the Eurocentric curves of Highway 30 and head to a more familiar US car culture trope. It's weird, there's like zero consequence to me doing this and nothing at stake, but I'm still vaguely nervous about it. I feel very much a fish out of water, which I am. Okay, we're good. No idea what it's going to launch like. Cold tyres. Can't see the Christmas tree because of the camera. Got a Nissan Z next to me. I feel like I should be able to beat that, but let's find out. That grips. Well, I won. Has power. The car has some proper power. No idea what I did, but it felt pretty good. The launch was slow. I think I could probably dial up the traction. It just didn't give me much off the line, but it ripped once it got going. That was actually fun. Yes, that was fun. The Vanquish runs an 11.4 at 133 straight out of the box. As it's a soft top with no roll cage, they really want me in the 13s, but what a Friday night tradition. I love it. Anyway, staying in the 13s is almost impossible, even when I brake hard before the line. This thing is a monster. Good. That was good. I actually got a good launch. They're going to be mad. I'm sorry. But my car is rapid as fuck. That was fun. I don't quite hit the target, but rocking up, ripping an 11.1 at 138 miles an hour, and then cruising back to the hotel in quiet opulence is pretty cool. I'd be happy to go home now, but north of Portland is a road called the Scappoose Vernonia Highway, and it's said to be absolutely epic.
So it is faster, it's wider, more flowing. Surface is coarser, so there's loads of grip, even though it's this dark, really dark grey, almost black tarmac. I think it's freshly surfaced. But what I love about it is it's got the bumps and the camber changes and the challenges that I'm much more used to from the UK and Europe. So this feels a bit like coming home to me. I could be in Wales or Scotland, maybe it's a bit wider than those roads, but these bumps really are quite familiar. And what's really cool is it's making me find out new stuff about this car, basically. And that's the key to great roads. It's not, sometimes it's just a perfect road that you fly along. The car's in its absolute sweet spot, at its optimum. But for me, the best roads have a challenge to them, and they start to try and unravel a car, and then the best cars elevate themselves, and the merely good cars start to fall apart. So for the first time, as the speeds rise and these bumps keep coming thick and fast, I can feel that the Volante doesn't have the stiffness of the coupe, and that means I have to keep progressively clicking the dampers up, and I'm now actually just in Sport Plus mode, because otherwise the car starts to feel its weight and the control goes away a little bit. But listen to that motor, it's angry as hell and just so sharp and savage. And it really does give me some Scottish, Welsh sort of road vibes. So like I say, I feel at home. If you're watching this in America, I think this would be a new flavour if you live in California or somewhere. But such a challenge. So we drove the oldest scenic highway in the US, we went drag racing, we discovered some other amazing roads in Oregon. I feel like we've done pretty much everything we can with a British car in America, except I guess there's one more thing to do that's pure Americana. Oh, it doesn't do a burnout. We finally found something the Vanquish isn't good enough. Oh well, I guess nothing's perfect.